Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy. I am an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we will be through this year. In 2026, we will switch over to the KJV. The intention is to read as many different versions of the Bible as possible, and eventually, of course, do a comparison language between one and the other. In this particular video, we are in Genesis, chapter 8. And we are doing 1 through 22 in this video. So let's jump in. We're still in the story of the flood. Noah and his family have been on a boat for 151 days. But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock and that were with him in the ark, and he sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of heaven had been closed, and the rain stopped falling from the sky. The water steadily receded from the earth, and at the end of 150 days, the water had gone down. So that's 300 days on the boat. And on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Ararat, A-R-A-A-R-A-R-A-T. Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month. And on the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. Okay, so yeah. 350 days. After 40 days, Noah opened the window and that he had made in the ark, and sent out a raven, and it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. And then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove could find no place to rest its feet because there was water over all the surface of the earth. So it returned to Noah in the ark. Okay, so maybe the raven could hit the treetops, but there was no ground. The doves, so I get doves in my backyard all the time, like constantly. But then I've got a lot of things out there they like to eat. The things they like to eat are on the ground. They're not in the air. They tend to eat seeds and other things like that. When the doves returned to him in the evening... Oh, wait, hold on. I think we skipped something. Yes, he sent out a raven. Okay, so there was no water. There was no ground, so the dove returned. Yeah. So it returned to Noah in the ark. He reached out his hand and took the dove and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So proof. Then no one knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent out the dove again. This time it did not return to him. So it must be good. By the first day of the first month of Noah's 601st year, the water had dried up of the earth. Noah had removed the covering from the ark and saw the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the 2nd month, the earth was completely dry. Okay? And then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number upon it." Because you wouldn't want them to getting stuck in the mud. They came out of the ark too soon, and then they're just stuck in the mud, and then the animals die, and then, well, now you've just ruined God's whole reset, haven't you? Verse 18, so Noah came out together with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives and his sons and all the animals and all the creatures that move along the ground and And all the birds and everything that moves on the earth came out of the ark, one kind after another. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord. He's on dry ground, and the first thing he does is build an altar to the Lord after being in an ark with his family and a bunch of animals for almost over an entire year. That's something. And taking some of the clean animals and the clean birds. So the other thing he does is kill the things he just kept in there with him. He sacrificed burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of man, even though A is or man for, okay? Even though every inclination of his heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done, as long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease." He's not going to wipe out everybody else for the actions of a few. That's good. That's good. Because it's really unnecessary. Right? I wouldn't want to be wiped out for the actions of others either.